Hey, folks, welcome to another week of Keith's Vision. If you have not been watching or listening the news, this is going to be a wake-up call. Um, Very interesting week. This week moved at probably Mach 6, the amount of information. And the left and the RINOs are going absolutely berserk because DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, is uncovering so much waste. Like we talked about last week, $50 million for condoms in Gaza. Really? All right, let's do this because we got plenty to do here. As you can see, Trump and Musk are wrapped in the American blanket, or the American flag as a blanket. They are letting it rip, I got to tell you, big time. All right, a little housekeeping in the event that you watch me enough and you're getting anything out of this and you want to help the show out, you can go to my givesendgo.com account, and you can also find me on Venmo. Both those QR codes will take you straight to my account pages, and let your heart speak to you, right? I fund this thing with a little help, and it's not cheap, so any help would be grateful. So social media, like I mentioned last week, I think we'll keep this on here for maybe through February, and then that way everybody will get an idea where I'm located at. Also, don't forget that you can go to the full videos. You're going to find on YouTube, and you'll find them on Keith's Vision. That's where these QR codes will be shown, and then you can snapshot these and move along. Now, on that note, let us go to, well, I'll tell you, the chatter is ridiculous. So trending probably about 5 or 10 minutes ago, it's always switching, right? Whatever they're talking about. The last trending that popped up just before we went on was Kash Patel, because the Democrats and the RINOs keep pushing his confirmation back, his approval. They don't want Kash Patel uncovering anything. But at the top of the list, 5-10 minutes ago, was USAID. USAID, they're calling it. You might as well call it USAID. We're funding a lot of stuff. And I found this one very interesting because we're talking about a week maybe that DOGE has been digging into USAID. Musk was not able to get into to USAID because the lead of the group would not let him in. Okay, no problem. Go to Papa Trump. Next thing you know, the top dog at USAID says, I'm out of here, as if that's going to keep him from owning any of it. So this was just sweet. This tells you how much waste we have in government. So USAID staff flashed to 294 amid abolishment talks, right? So this is a quick summary from Grok. The U.S. government is executing a substantial reduction of USAID's or AID's workforce from approximately 14,000 to just 294 staff members, as confirmed by various news sources. The decision has coincided with legislative moves to potentially dissolve the agency entirely, as Rep. Greg Steube introduced a bill to abolish USAID and redirect its funds to the U.S. Department of State, where it should be. Additionally, the pause in USAID funding has impacted the BBC's international charity arm. The BBC, wait, what? Is that, how do the American people benefit from that? The BBC Media Action, which expressed concerns over its operational capabilities due to an 8% funding cut. Nice. So people were complaining this week on the left and the RINOs, of course, that Elon is the shadow government. This coming from the shadow government. Too funny, right? So what they've done is now USAID has been put under Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Okay. So now he's got it. So the left can stop freaking out. They're still going to freak out because it's one of their pet projects. And the amount of money that has been saved so far, put it in perspective, $1 billion per day saved. Let that sink in. And let me add a little tidbit of information to you to that. USAID is 1% of the US budget. You see where I'm going with this? How much more will there be in other departments and in here that they're not aware of? The left is freaking out because the universe is collapsing in on them. So after reading this, I decided, well, let's go to USAID and take a quick look at their website. There is no website. There is a page. There's no navigation. There's no nothing. Just a notification. On February 7, all USAID direct hire personnel will be placed on administrative leave globally, with the exception of designated personnel responsible for mission-critical functions, core leadership, and specially designated programs. Essential personnel expected to continue working will be informed by agency leadership by Thursday, which is today. They've already got a plan for the people that are overseas that they need to get back. We'll take care of them. We'll fly them back. We'll get them taken care of. But this is it. This is the website. It's gone. That tells you what's going to happen to this agency. Oh, God, I love it. Love it. All right. So now we get into border policies. Tom Homan and our new Pete Hegseth, DOD. So Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker to allow illegal aliens to change their names to avoid ICE deportation. Would you say that is aiding and abetting? It kind of sounds so to me. I'm not a lawyer, but that sounds pretty close to it. The funny thing about this whole thing is the left and the RINOs are coming out about all of this going on, where Tom Homan's going after the worst of the worst. He's not going after the guy that's out picking strawberries, right? He's probably on the list, but he's down low. We're going after the worst of the worst. We're going after the Venezuelan gangs. We're going after MS-13, all of these others, Tren de Agua. And here he's saying, well, I'm just going to allow them to change their names so ICE can't find them. Okay, Pritzker, we'll be making a visit to your place. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so here we're switching over back to DOGE. The DOGE team discovered, among other things, that payment approval officers at the Treasury, wait for it, were instructed always to approve payments, even to known fraudulent or terrorist groups. They literally never denied a payment in their entire career, not even once. Again, here's a guy, richest man on the planet. He's carving the government up, and he's doing it with Trump's help, and he's doing it with his own team. He's hired in a team that is helping him do this because there's so much to go through. We're going to have a completely different government by the end of February, and that government will continue to change. we're going to see the most morphing, I think, in the U.S. history, because the left and the RINOs have gotten used to having their little teapot that they can reach into and get that extra little money. Listen, USAID was just one of them. Like I said, 1%. That's nothing, nothing at all. The DOGE team discovered, okay, so I'm going to switch gears and we're going to go back to my slides so that we can get through some of these things, and then we'll come back to what's going on out there on the internet. So this is so much craziness. Okay, here, the FBI agent that investigated Trump for colluding with the Russians was sentenced to 4 years in prison for colluding for the Russians. You cannot make this stuff up. We've known it's been gaslighting all along. They're accusing the Republicans of doing what the Democrats are already doing, or are going to do, or have done. Wait till Kash Patel gets in. They can put him off for a while, but there's always recess appointments. I believe we're down to RFK Jr. now and Kash Patel. I'm not sure if RFK got sent on for the confirmation process to send him through yet. The big focus today was Patel. So Trump, in his, shall we say, bull in a china shop way, he must know something that we don't. Okay. So he came out and said, so this is from Croc Stout. He says, okay, I definitely didn't have this on my bingo card. He's clearly not playing anymore. He means business. Do you like it? So Trump says, I left instructions. Trump claims he ordered obliteration of Iran if he's assassinated in a chilling warning. So there's some things going on that we're not aware of. And if for him to say something like this, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. And then the reality check of all time, coming from Andrew Yang, he says, yikes. So this was January 23 to 27, Quinnipiac poll, university poll. The view of the Democratic Party, favorable, 31%, unfavorable, 57%. And this was put up reposted by him on February 2. We're only talking 4 days ago. So people are feeling it. There's a lot of people that have been in the Democrat Party with DOGE highlighting all the money that's being wasted, now $1 billion a day. These people are coming out going, how was I ever a Democrat? How did I not see this? Well, how did anybody not see this? They protected their cash cow. Ridiculous. Okay, back to our tabs. So here's an interesting thing, that would the US do this for one student? So this is in Japan. In 2016, a train station in a remote Japanese village was scheduled to close permanently. However, when they noticed a single student using it to commute to school, they decided to keep it open until she graduated. Bravo, Japan. Bravo. You wouldn't see that in the US. They would just trample all over it until you go figure out a way to get to school. Have fun. I was really impressed when I saw that. Way to go, Japan. So here we are, conservative e-roof, or conservative roof. Breaking, February 1. California Governor Gavin Newsom signs executive order to catch stormwater ahead of atmospheric river. First of all, when is the first time you ever started hearing about atmospheric rivers? Yeah, that would be during the Biden regime. It's a storm. Really? Come on. But Trump, in his own bull in a China shop way, basically let him know you need to start capturing water. He also had sent the National Guard in to turn the valves turn the valve, as Trump called it, to start redirecting the water to the people and not out to the ocean, which is just dumb. But hey, nobody ever accused Mussolini of being the smartest tool in the shed. I think he's overly smart. I think that's the problem. I think he's way above everybody else, and he'll do what he wants to do. And he can in California, because why? We got a deep blue legislature that nobody can get anything passed. Things are changing, though. This state is starting to get a shade of purple in it, and this is a good thing. People are waking up. So, with MAGA in charge, new rhino removal project targets sellout Republicans. The right is done. We're done with these people that claim that they're a Republican or a conservative and vote against conservative causes. Like, I don't know, tranny surgeries or trans surgeries. These guys have said, as long as we're gaining all this other traction, let's do this. So Leo the Lion, a MAGA America First voter, has started a new group to purge the Republican Party of sellout rhinos, Republican in name only, in office. The Rhino Removal Project, subtitled RINOs Become the Politically Hunted, is targeting some of the most detested sellouts in Congress. I'm good with this. Any other Republican that is a constitutional Republican, right? What does the Constitution say? You ought to get on board. So in the interview, Leo told me, who was it that wrote this? It was not Alex Brandon. It's hidden up there somewhere. But so Leo told him, with Republicans now controlling the presidency, the House, and Congress, I don't know if I would stick with that on the Congress thing. I know we have the numbers, but numbers don't always count for much. So this movement has emerged as the driving force behind an explosive attempt to finally rid the government of one of America's greatest threats, rhinos. He said the goal of the movement is to eliminate Republican politicians from government who deviate from America First values and align themselves with the Democrats. That's it. How hard is that? Here's your Constitution. If you deviate, you're out. If you're not voting for America First, you shouldn't be a Republican. You should be way out there on the left somewhere. Call yourself whatever you want, but you should not be a conservative Republican. The conservative Republican, we lean on the Constitution, and we're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic. Go look it up. You'll find it. Now, with Trump and DOGE tearing up Main Street, it has now been re-energized that Project 2025 is a bad thing, and Trump's behind it, and he's putting money behind it because he wants to take over America. Nothing could be further from the truth. I encourage you to go to project2025.org and read for yourself who's involved, what's going on, get the facts. Okay? So USA Today, Project 2025 is an effort by the Heritage Foundation, not Donald Trump. So this is a fact check by USA Today. Go figure. USA Today is not usually on the right of center. So Project 2025 is a historic movement brought together by over 100 respected organizations from across the conservative movement to take down the deep state and return the government to the people. What an idea. Constitutional republic, right? Its mandate for leadership, the Conservative Promise, published in April 2023, is a product of more than 400 scholars and policy experts from around the country. The book offers a menu of policy suggestions to meet our country's deepest challenges and put America back on track, including, these are just common sense things here. Secure the border. Wow. Finish building the wall and deport illegal aliens. Check. Got that going on right now. De-weaponize the federal government by increasing accountability and oversight of the FBI and the DOJ. Sounds good to me. Unleash American energy production to reduce energy prices. I don't see anything where he's tearing this, not him being Trump, but where Project 2025 is suggesting we tear down America. I don't see anything. Cut the growth of government spending to reduce inflation. Check. We're doing that with DOGE. Make federal bureaucrats more accountable to the democratically elected president and Congress. Yes, this is how our country works. Improve education by moving control and funding of education from DC bureaucrats directly to the parents and the state and local governments. Sounds good to me. Do you want a bureaucrat telling your teacher that they need to be teaching LGBTQXYZ to your kids? No, not at all. Teach that at home. If that's something you want to do, teach it at home. We don't need to be teaching the whole classroom. Okay. Let's all just wake up here. And then ban biological males from competing in women's sports. Duh. I mean, how much explanation do you need from that? Why is it we even have to have an executive order to do that, or legislation to do that? Men belong in the men's room, women belong in the women's room. And having them in women's sports, these are the people that were 400, 450 ranked down at the bottom. And they're like, wow, I could become a girl and I could win all the time. That sounds like Satan to me. Full-fledged Satan. And boy, is he active, as we can tell. So here is the USA Today article about the Project 2025 is an effort by the Heritage Foundation, not Donald Trump. This is Brianna J. Frank, and she wrote this on July 10 of 2024. And I'll just read a little bit of it, just kind of get us caught up. On July 5, Facebook post, direct link and archive link is in this article as well. It includes 9 slides describing supposed policy propositions from former President Donald Trump. The slides include an image of Trump along with the title Project 2025. This is supposed to just give you that, ooh, yeah, have a nice day. Trump has made his authoritarian intentions quite clear with his Project 2025 plan, reads the post caption. It received more than 500 shares in 4 days. So basically, this is the shadow government that has been running for decades, saying, oh, Project 2025, they're going to destroy America. We're not going to have a democracy anymore. Good. We are not a democracy. And we don't need to be spreading democracy around the world either. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Let's all just put our big pants on. Come on. All right. So right now, we are seeing signs of the times big time. I think if anybody has picked up a Bible and read through to understand Genesis to Revelation, the things that must come, okay? The Olivet Discourse takes you through that. Okay. So Matthew 20 or 24, verse 4. And Jesus answered and said to them, take heed that no one deceives you. This is one verse in the entire chapter, but this is the huge part of this verse. Okay. In the last days, Satan is going to be on full deception mode with his minions and everything. Are we watching that in the US government? Oh, yeah, big time. We are now seeing the deception that has been going on, the depth of it and the width of it. It's massive. And think about this. We are less than 3 weeks in, and DOGE is saving us $1 billion a day, 1% of the budget. Yeah. Can't wait. Can't wait for the 100-day report. And I'm sure the Dems are ready to go with their 100-day report too. So the Olivet Discourse is located in Matthew 24, Mark 13, and Luke 21. You'll want to read all three of them because you see how they fit and they tie from three different people. These were disciples of Jesus, so they're documenting what's going on, but you can see how they tie together, okay? Different views, right? Luke was a physician. Matthew, what are you going to do, right? Tax guy. Essentially, what we got to do is get nose down into the word, okay? There's so much going on right now that it's hard to even describe it. The amount of information I had for this show, I had to carve it up so much just to get it to fit. But what we need to understand is the deception is at an all-time high. If you look at what's been going on, it's not just individual signs, but it's the speed at which things are moving, right? And Jesus does say it'll be like birth pangs or pains. Same difference. They will come quicker and they will be more intense. We have never seen things moving as fast as we are seeing right now. This is the fastest anything has ever moved. Pastors are saying this. I'm watching people online from multiple different platforms, all saying the same thing. Everybody's like, I can't even keep up with what's going on. Knowledge will increase. Yep, it's increasing. Just make sure that you're ready for the feast, because we are not going to know when Jesus lifts us off this planet. Get yourself straight. Get your salvation in order, because I got to tell you, it's coming. It's coming. It may not be tomorrow. Nobody knows the day or the hour, not even the Son with a capital S. Basically, God is going to say, all right, son, go get them. So Jesus is waiting for the command. Let that get wrapped around your head a little bit. The Holy Spirit, God, and the Son, 3 in 1, but separate personalities. We'll know more when we get up there. Policies for the people. I perused this site the other day. Take a snapshot of that QR code. Go take a look at that thing. Sign up for it so that you can review, comment, post. This is where the government for the people is asking from the people, what do you want to see? I'm seeing a lot of climate engineering posts where they want to know, why are you spraying our skies with all this junk? What is the purpose? How is it helping us? I'm seeing a lot of that. Food, which RFK Jr. has been talking about. He's basically saying, hey, we got to clean up our food. we got to clean up what we're putting into it, and we got to get it out, all the junk. I think that's another reason why they don't want him, because RFK Jr. is going to take a wrecking ball to the system, and he's going to set us up to be healthier. And that is across the spectrum, if you catch my drift. So this is the typical slide that is going to put it in straight terms, right? Do you want smoking or do you want non-smoking? It's been said by people that don't really understand hell that they'd rather rule in hell than serve in heaven. There won't be any ruling in hell. If you look it up and you study it, it's perpetual falling. You will never hit the ground, and there's way more to it. You won't know who's next to you, around you, because it's just you. It's a scary thing if you go look it up. So Earth is preparing for a war, heaven is preparing for a wedding. Choose your destination while you still can. And we're feeling this, right? The spiritual warfare that's going on right now is absolutely nuts. Second Amendment, yes. So I'll read the whole thing this time so we can get it all wrapped out. So a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That means anything. That means, oh, well, you can't have it because you're a white guy in your 30s. No, you know what? Shall not be infringed says that's it. We're done. Our founding fathers knew exactly what was coming after them. So they put it in there. No change. Don't touch it. And as any of us know that supports the Second Amendment is there to support the First Amendment when tyranny keeps you from having free speech. The help me sign, right? So thumb in the palm, fingers over, right? Teach the family, teach the friends, teach the kids. Everybody should know this. And not only should you know it, but your eyes and your mind should be awake to it, right? If you see this from somebody, this could be a child that's just been abducted. This could be a child that's been abducted a long time ago, and they know sign language, and they keep putting it out there waiting for somebody to see it. This could be a lady, a girl that has been abducted for sex trafficking. Yeah. So we need to know this. We need to know this. We need to put it out there, and we need to make sure everybody knows it. And the more people that know it, the more opportunity we have to make sure that if these people are throwing this sign at us, that we get their captors caught. So Tower Garden, those that have been following me, you know about the Tower Garden. The Tower Garden is where we grow our food. So I think I'm probably going to put a short video up on my social media sites that were in the previous part of this show, because I think a video of the process and what it is and everything else would probably help people, because a lot of people are into short video to kind of get an idea. So I will be doing that very same thing. I will put it in there, and we'll go from there. Now we want to go to, there we go. The Tower Garden itself, you can reach the main page that I have from Tower Garden, kreuland.towergarden.com. This QR code has been updated because this site they've manipulated the the hyperlink a little bit, but the old link does work to it. I leave this up here because it's easier to view, easier to understand. To those of you that have been with me since I started this show, thank you, right? Thank you for following along. And those that are supporting me, thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. This show got started by accident. It just did. And it's been going and blowing. It's been crazy. And now that we're out on 4 different social media sites, we're really gaining traction. Audience is getting bigger. Obviously, bigger means not, oh, I got the numbers, but bigger means interest. People are interested in what I'm bringing. And I appreciate the fact that those numbers are showing that. On that note, have a great week, and we will see you next week.